Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Beer Geek Nation. I'm your host Chris. Thank you so much for joining me once again on finally some nice weather here on the East Coast. Shoot some reviews outside. So with that said, it's hot out. What are we gonna do? We're gonna do an Imperial Stout. Hell yeah. So this one is one that I got a lot of requests for. This is from Jolly Pumpkin Brewing out of Michigan. This is the Madrugada Obscura Dark Dawn Stout, which is an 8.1% Imperial Stout that is soured, aged in oak barrels and soured. Like they do with a lot of their beers over there at Jolly Pumpkin. So haven't had this one. It's going to be an interesting beer. I've never had a sour Imperial Stout. This is blend 14. It was bottled on 3/4/2011, if that makes any difference at all. So with that said, guys, let me get into a glass, let you know how it smells, tastes, and give you the verdict on the Madrugada Obscura Dark Dawn Stout. All right, guys, so the appearance on the Dark Dawn Stout, what I would expect from an Imperial Stout. Black as hell, no light getting through it on this one. There's a decent amount of carbonation, about a finger or two worth of a khaki-colored, kind of espresso-looking head on there. There is some alcohol legs on this one, nice lacing with the head. I've had some issues with Jolly Pumpkin beers where they just tend to foam up and kind of blow out all over. This one didn't do that. It's got really nice carbonation, is a little bit higher in the ABV and was oak aged, so you know that's probably taking care of that, but just a really nice looking Imperial Stout. All right, the aroma on the Madrugada Obscura. You know, the first thing that comes to mind is cherry cordials, kind of those chocolate-covered cherries. If you've ever had one of those, you have the dark bitterness from the dark chocolate, the sweetness. There's malt sweetness in this one, but you're definitely getting that sourness. It's a tart kind of aroma to it. It smells a lot like a Flanders, an old Brune style, like a Rodenbach, but it has those espresso notes. It has those chocolate notes, coffee notes in there. There's a nice roasted character to it. Definitely two different beers. It's a strange smelling beer. All right, guys, the taste on the Dark Dawn Stout. Yeah, that is strange. Initial impressions right at the front of the tongue. Big tartness, definitely sour qualities in there. That Flanders brown coming through, getting the slight apple vinegar type of taste in there, apple skins coming through. Middle of the tongue is kind of where the stout takes over. You're getting the chocolate, the espresso beans, big roasted notes, really a lot of mouthfeel in this one for 8.1%, I'm surprised. Lots of nice carbonation to help clean the palate on this one. I'm getting a little bit of hotness from the alcohol, but it helps to kind of cut the sourness in there a little bit. Getting like a raisiny dark fruit type of character definitely coming through, and you get that tartness. Kind of reminds me of like fresh raisins right out of the box or something. It's a really interesting beer. It's like a black Flanders, if that makes any sense. You definitely get the Imperial Stout qualities, the roasted notes, the chocolate, the espresso, but at the same time you're getting that sourness, that tartness, and they do blend. It's an interesting beer. All right, guys, so the final verdict on the Madrugada Obscura Dark Dawn Stout, 8.1%, Jolly Pumpkin Brewing. I'm going to give this one a B+. I don't know that I would be able to drink a lot of this, as most sours are. It's got kind of best of both worlds. It's a really good Imperial Stout, lots of mouthfeel, lots of chocolate and coffee in there. Big malt sweetness in there, kind of helps to, really coats the mouth. And then you do have that sour quality to it. It reminds me of, like I said, like a cherry or a really ripe raisin kind of character coming through, the tartness from those. While they do blend, I do think they are a little bit separate. And that might just be a nitpicky kind of thing, but it does blend. You do get some of that oakiness in there to kind of help cut the two flavors. So yeah, it's a really interesting beer. I can honestly say I've never had a beer that tasted quite like it in a good way. So with that said, guys, definitely check it out if you guys want to try something a little bit different. A lot of their beers do that, so definitely check them out if you haven't had any of their beers. But Jolly Pumpkin Madrugada Obscura, I'm going to give a B+. Remember, folks, life is too short. Drink amazing beers. Cheers.